Hey guys, today we are showing you how to make a low-carb cheesy cauliflower soup, all while having a whole lot of fun.
Cris, look at that. Look how pretty that is.
Yummy. Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I am Cris from recipes at crock.com, and today we are making a low-carb cheesy cauliflower soup. This is a recipe adaptation from our regular cheesy cauliflower soup that a lot of our readers have told us they've converted it into a low-carb friendly version, and so I thought, well, we should do that too. So I wanted to show you how we do it here at home and give you a few tips on how to make it, and hopefully you can enjoy this yummy soup whether or not you're low carb or not. So what I have going on right now is I have a stick of butter that has melted in my Ninja Foodie, or I'm sorry, this isn't a Foodie, my Ninja multi-cooker, and so I had it on the stovetop feature and I just melted the stick of butter. If you do not have a slow cooker where you can do that inside the slow cooker like on a stovetop feature, then you can do it on your stovetop in a kitchen. And so all we're going to do with that is we are going to add 3 to 4 cups of chopped cauliflower and let that start to brown up. And with that, we are going to add 2 chopped leeks. Now, a leek is just kind of like an overgrown green onion. If this scares you out of this recipe, don't use leeks. Use a white onion. You can use about ½ a cup of white onion, or you could use 3 or 4 green onions and just put the white parts in. So I'm going to show you how to prepare leeks because they are a little tedious here in a minute, but I want to get this cooking and then I'll show you how to handle this guy. So that's what I've done over here. Is what you do with leeks is you slice them up and you put them in water so that any dirt that has gotten into them can get loosened out and fall to the bottom. So what I'm simply going to do is get my leeks up out of this water and I'm going to put it in with my cauliflower to cook. So I don't want to dump this into a colander and dump all that dirt back over the top of it because that kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm just going to kind of scoop it out with my hands. If you would prefer not to use your hands, you could just use some form of slotted spoon to get them out. It's just a way to get that dirt that gets in the little crevices of a leek, so you don't have to worry about getting dirt in your food. So we're going to add that. We're just wanting to kind of soften these things up, give them a little bit of a butter flavor before we start cooking. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of freeze-dried garlic to this. If you could use fresh, about 2 cloves if you wanted to. We're just going to add this stuff in. My garlic is getting down to the end, so that it was a little powdery there. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and then I'll show you what this looks like. Just a taste. It smells really good as this all starts cooking up together. So as you can see, it's all starting to cook, and now I'm just going to take a spoon and stir it up. I'm solo at the beginning of this video because Mikey had to run some errands. Like in another video you'll probably see this week or have already seen this week. We had some things come up. He's going to be here. He's reassured me that he can be here for the taste testing. Isn't that nice of him? So I'm just stirring this up to kind of let all that yummy butter get all over the veggies. I'm going to let that go for a couple minutes, and while I do that, I'm going to show you how to handle your leek. I need to wash my hands real quick. Okay. Leeks, depending on the size, usually come in bundles of 2 or 3, and they're usually pretty dirty. So they usually have the deep, dark soil on them that they were grown in, and so we need to wash and make sure that that comes out. I'll show you in my bowl the dirt I don't know if you can see it or not, the dirt that came out of the last batch that I did. So I just want to show you that before showing you how we handle this. So for this recipe, we're just going to be using the white part of the leek, and we're going to chop off the part where the roots come out, and we're going to chop right below where the green parts are on the right below the green parts from the top. And so I'll show you, this is what we're dealing with right here. And if you look, you can see some dirt that's in there, and we do not want to eat that dirt. So the way that you get around that is you just slice it up, and I start with the cleaner end first, so my knife isn't super dirty, getting everything dirty. You start with the clean end, and you have a bowl of water. I'm going to get fresh water since this is dirty. Okay, so you have a bowl of water, and you take these pieces and you just separate the rings into the water. Sometimes it's easier if you actually dip it down in the water. They kind of start to come apart. You could also cut these little rings in half to make it super easy for them to come apart if you're having problems getting them there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just keep cutting up these rings. And we're going to gently wash these rings in this water so that all the dirt can fall to the bottom so we don't get it in our food. If there are any particularly dirty pieces that you're just like, okay, that's not even worth it, just don't put them in. This is just a matter of trying to rinse this off. So this is just one leek in here, but as you can see, as I've been moving it around, I don't know if you can see down in the bottom down there, the dirt has fallen, it'll fall just right off of them as you wash them. But this is the easy way to get a leek clean. And then, like I said, you want to scoop it out from the top and not dump that dirt back over the top of it, or it kind of defeats the purpose. So that's how you wash a leek. If that sounds like too much for you, like I said, you could just use a half a cup of white onion, or you could, if you don't like onion at all, you could leave it out. It does add some yummy flavor. You could also use green onions instead, and I would probably, like I said, use 3 or 4 green onions, the white parts chopped up. Okay, so now we have our cauliflower is getting nice and yummy and golden. You can tell that it's been sauteed, and to that I'm going to add 8 ounces of sliced mushroom. If you are not a mushroom fan, leave the mushroom out. But if you like mushrooms, we love the flavor that this adds. And folks tell us they enjoy it too. And so we're just going to add those mushrooms and let them start to soak up some of that flavor before I dilute it a little bit with the chicken broth for the soup. So I'm going to give that another minute or two. And what you want to grab out of your pantry now is 4 cups of chicken broth. And that's all that is going to slow cook for us. Once we're done slow cooking for 4 to 6 hours on low, then we're going to add our cheese. And if you desire a more thicker soup, we will also add some xanthan gum for you low-carb folks. If you're not concerned about your carb counts, you can definitely follow the instructions for our regular soup, and that has a little bit of a different step in it regarding flour of how to thicken your soup that people really enjoy. But this is the low carb version, and I'll show you how to add the xanthan gum at the end to make your soup just a little bit thicker. But you could just eat it as is. It'll just be a little bit of a thinner soup, and then you don't have to worry about an extra ingredient that you may not have on hand. So we will show you that. I think I'm ready to add my broth now, so I'm going to shut off the stovetop and turn it on my slow cook feature. Again, if you were using a traditional slow cooker, you would have done all of these steps on your stove, and now it's time to put it in your traditional crock. So we're going to set this, I usually do, if it's a 4 to 5 hour, I do it for 5 hours and I check it at 4. So We're going to add, oh, my broth just broke on me, the tab. Okay. We're going to add 4 cups of chicken broth to this. Okay. Just give it one more stir. I'm going to show you what it looks, oops, I hit my button. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And so we're just going to let that cook on low for 4 to 6 hours until everything is super tender. And when that happens, then we're going to add our cheese to make our cheesy soup and all of our toppings. If you like to eat your cheesy soups loaded, you might want to fry up some bacon. Or I'm probably going to do some in my air fryer because we like air fried bacon around here. You might grab some air fried bacon, some extra cheese beyond the 2 cups that we're going to use in the recipe. And then you might also want to grab some green onions and chop up the green parts to sprinkle on top for a yummy loaded cheesy soup. So I'll see you back here in 3, 2, 1.
Ta-da!
And we are back.
More magic tricks.
And the food is almost done, so Mikey is here once again.
Yeah,
So,
it's like magic. They should call me Magic Mike.
No.
Maybe not.
Okay. So
Anyway.
get your camera ready. So you can see that things are nice and bubbly here.
Look at that bubbling going on right there.
Okay, so it's definitely cooked our veggies. And so we are going to add 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese to start to make this a cheesy soup. And we're going to just stir it in and let that cheese start melting.
Amazing.
Okay.
It don't take long in that hot crock pot for that stuff to melt.
Yep, it's going to start melting.
Is that your
is that my
Wicked Witch impression?
Is that what that was? Okay, we're also going to add, well, before I add this, before I start to cool it down, since it's warm, I want to go ahead and add, if you're going to add your xanthan gum to thicken it, I'm going to add it now, and I'm going to add a teaspoon. You can add up to 2 teaspoons, but you don't want to add too much because you don't want it to get,
Party foul.
Yeah. And you also want to be careful with your stirring because if you notice...
You don't want to dump your...
Well, that too. If you notice, my cauliflower is breaking up on me.
Yeah.
So let's sprinkle this very carefully all over it. You don't have to do this step. You can just have a thinner soup if you'd like. Or if you'd like to thicken it with something more traditional, you could add a block of cream cheese and that would thicken it. But it's going to change the flavor just a little bit. So we're going to stir in that xanthan gum and let it start doing its job. It already has started thickening it.
Yeah, xanthan gum doesn't take any time whatsoever to start thickening stuff up.
Again, that huge bag, you can get it on Amazon. If you eat a lot of low-carb soups and sauces, it does come in handy, but you don't have to use it. So, okay, so now we've got our cream. I'm going to stir on in, and that's a ½ cup of heavy cream. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be it. Now, it's not super pretty, but it tastes amazing. So, we'll make it prettier here in a minute with some toppings.
We'll do some garnishes.
Yes.
Like, something to make it, like, magic.
You know, like bacon.
Yeah, bacon makes everything pretty.
Are you gonna?
Yes.
So I'm gonna scoop this into my bowl here. A yummy, cheesy soup.
Except none of that got in the shot.
Oh, sorry. Here, I'll do yours in the shot.
Hang on, we got to do this to make it all pretty for y'all.
So yummy.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
That looks good.
Yes. The flavor is so incredible. You
Look,
guys are
back
gonna
at
love
Chris's
this.
head right there.
Let's not. Okay, so you can add an extra splash of cheese, and
Yes, I
some
will.
bacon crumbles,
Yes, I
and
will.
some green onion crumbles.
Yes, I will. So, a little bit of cheese
Okay,
on
you
top.
can do yours then. I'll do mine.
I am. You make your own. You make your own dinner. Little bacon. A lot of bacon on top. I like bacon, so I'm not unabashed at my bacon levels.
Here we go. I thought you were going to tape doing that, silly.
Green oven. I am. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Because then what I'll do is show them.
There you go.
Actually, yours is prettier. We're going to show you. Chris, look at that. Look how pretty that is.
Yummy.
You serve that in front of anybody, and if they don't like it, they're not your friend, they're not your family, you kick them out. And call me.
Oh my goodness.
All right, well, one thing we're missing, spoon, so here's one for you.
Thank you.
One for me. I'm going to go up there and see my friends.
Oh, yummy.
Soup's on. Take that cheese and I'll melt it down in there a little bit. That bacon's gonna get. Here I go again. The angle of my camera. The cameraman today, I swear, it's almost like he wasn't here all day.
Or he was a lot shorter.
That smells good. And then you add that smokiness from the bacon on top of it. Low carb, high flavor, so good. That xanthan gum really does thicken it up. Mm-hmm. And then when you put that cream in there, it makes it even more creamier.
Also,
naturally, right?
As your cauliflower starts to break down, the cauliflower itself also thickens it up a little bit too. So if you don't want to mess with this, you could totally enjoy it without it. So that's an optional ingredient, depending on what you have in your pantry.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see the mushrooms.
Yeah. But if you like this video, we'd love for you to give us a thumbs up. If you're not already a member of the Crock Posse, please click subscribe down below and you will become a member of our slow cooking, electric pressure cooking, RV traveling family around here. If you'd like notified every time we upload a video,
look at the dingling.
and that's the bell down below, and that will tell YouTube that you'd like to be notified every time we upload a video. But whatever you do,
Laugh often.
eat good food.
Cheese on my lip now. Speak life.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all. This is really, really good.
No.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon